Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. And this conversation, we're going to be talking about converting landing pages, especially using kvCore platform and how powerful this platform is and what you can do with this platform. So I'm going to give you some strategies of not just how to navigate and create your landing pages, but all the other things that come with the landing pages. So how exactly do you make one? What kind of strategy do you apply to it? What kind of campaigns and ideas? And then the next step further, which I know a lot of you come to me for, a lot of you struggle with, and I know kvCore Inside Real Estate dives a little bit into this, but I want to take it one step further and show you campaign ideas and how to get eyes on those landing pages, drive traffic, and bring in some leads so that you can convert them into clients. So that's what this presentation is about. There's a lot of information in this. So I encourage you to first listen, sit back and take some notes, and then maybe go back to it again and watch it and apply it at the same time, perhaps. And that would be a really good way to start off. And I do talk a little bit fast. And thankfully, this is a recording, and you can definitely go back and check it. It's the passion. I tell you, that's why I get a little excited when I talk about landing pages, particularly kvCore. Just a little quick introduction about me. I am a real estate agent here with eXp Realty. I am a team leader here at eXp. I have about 40 agents in my group in about 7 or 8 states, including provinces. I am a co-founder of a real estate media marketing agency called Mift Media, and I'm also the co-founder of a social media content platform called Curvy Social. So if you struggle with social media content, that's a good platform to check out. I'm also a real estate investor. That's kind of how I got started in this space. So you'll see in a lot of some of the examples that I give you and I talk about is it's a lot of real estate investor driven. But again, that's my niche, right? Whatever yours may be, you can apply the same concept to what you're looking to create. I am a digital marketing instructor outside of also being a real estate agent, and I also teach kvCore. I'm a kvCore instructor for many agents here at EXP and outside, and I'm passionate about this content, and I love the technology aspect, but I also love the marketing and the concept that drive the technology. So please connect with me if you have any questions. Ever message me on Workplace for EXP agents, and I'm happy to be of service to you. One of the things that I always start off by kind of getting you in the right mindset when we're talking about technology, but particularly creating and taking advantage of the kvCore platform is that keep in mind that system run business, but the people, you as an agent, as a business owner, you run these systems. So it's really important that you lay out concrete, really strategic business foundations so that it doesn't matter how quickly you grow or if you're not having enough leads coming to your database, but you have systems so that you can put them to use and start to manage those systems and they help you run your business. So I really encourage people to take advantage of systems like kvCore and other CRMs that are available through eXp Realty and really put this to use and be the let the CRM and these systems be the backbone of your business. It's going to help you drive and be more concentrated and focused with where your business goes from here. So let's talk a little bit, and particularly today, we're going to be talking about landing pages and how to better create them, how to develop them, but also promote them. But let's talk a little bit about kind of stepping back a little bit. I know there's a lot of confusion when it comes to landing pages and squeeze pages. And, after kind of jumping up these slides, I mean, I'm going to go into kvCore and we'll kind of look at both of the landing pages and squeeze pages. But I want to talk a little bit about both of them is what's the difference? And I know many times, agents confuse the both and often thinking, what do I use and when? And I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the theory behind both of them before jumping into talking specifically about landing pages. So remember, they're both web pages, right? And the purpose of both of these pages are very similar, hence the confusion at times. But what makes them so different is the element that make up these pages. And keep in mind, they both are amazing. It really depends on how you use them and how strategic you want to be because they both are lead generation tools. So let's talk a little bit about landing pages. They are usually standalone pages and they usually have a goal, a marketing goal, a business goal, a conversion goal in mind, usually like a single conversion goal. It has more information on it. It's concept driven. It usually has a theme of some sort, or campaign driven. You've probably seen it, right? You might have seen a lot of companies when they have a new product or some sort of service that they're launching, they'll create one page for it. It'll look a little bit different than their normal page, and that's what a landing page is. And it's usually time bound too. It doesn't go on forever. Sometimes it can, but not always. And they're very targeted to a particular audience, where a squeeze page, it has one constant goal, and it could be you can use that link for a long period of time. It's usually product focused. So, for example, we're real estate agents. We're in the industry to sell properties, right? Trade in real estate. So usually our squeeze pages are IDX driven. They go directly to people looking at the product in our services. In our business is looking at properties, right? Just wanted to give you an example, and they usually have less information. Again, the focus is the properties, right? Streamlines is direct, and usually it's, think of it, the home page, the search page. When the moment you go to your website, people can search to find the right property that's applicable for them. In this case, think of it like taking that generic home search page and squeezing it and driving traffic to that page so that they can turn into leads. So that's a kind of an analogy to give you an understanding of both the landing pages and the squeeze pages. Here's just a quick, we're going to dive into this in a little bit, but I do wanted to quickly show you this. So this is the landing page template that you get in kvCore platform, and you go to lead engine, click on the landing pages. And as you can see here, you can choose the type of landing pages you want to create. You can choose a hashtag. I highly recommend, I can dive into this for hours. I'm very passionate about, keeping your CRM organized, keeping your CRM categorized. And although it says optional, I highly recommend that you put in a hashtag, or, matter of fact, you should all create a document like a Google Doc or some sort, and add in a list of hashtag, a naming convention for that matter, that helps you track all of the activities that you're doing. Who are they? Are they a buyer? Are they a seller? Is it Facebook ad promoted? Is this on Google Ads? Is it on your Facebook pages? Where are they coming from? And it becomes kind of like a knowledge holder, a consumer insight, if that if for a quick information. But I also want to mention that I do have another training coming up on how to navigate kvCore really simply, an overarching way to navigate a CRM. And there I'll show you some examples of saved searches. Again, really quick way to categorize all the people, all the contacts in your database, to keep it organized, so you know exactly who's warm, who's cold, who came from where and such, and how to better understand them. Because I don't know about you, but if you when you get a couple of hundred thousands of contacts in your database, it can quickly grow, and it's exciting, but you can really get confused in it and overwhelmed by it. So it's really important you take advantage of categorizing your hashtags. And then the next is that call to action, that orange button that you're looking at. You could put a text in there. You can say download, you can say click, search now, submit. However you want to kind of call to action, that urgency is really important. For me, I love putting something like download now, because it tells people there's something behind the landing pages. Yes, you're giving me information, but I'm going to give you something of value to take away. And then the URL, if you are taking them to a particular page or a document of some sort, that's where you would put it in. That's why it's optional, because not everybody has somewhere to go after they arrive at this page, that is outside of this. So I highly recommend that you look into, again, leading with value. And I'll give you some examples of what you can give away to people. Again, making you the authority, right? Making you the expert holder, making you that go-to real estate agent in your neighborhood, because you're becoming that person who's giving away a lot of value. Hence, it's going to make you credible, right, and valuable. So this is why it's so important that you always create content and really share all of the knowledge that you're learning, uh, being in the industry as an agent. So the other couple of things I want to mention is you can change your background. You can also, make it look and change the colors if you like. If you want a little bit, instead of the darker tones, if you want a lighter tones, you can. And it doesn't have a lot of leeways, and which is why it's a template. So you kind of have to work in the confinements of, what the layout that they're giving you. But it is quite very useful, and you don't need anything, especially if you don't have a lot of coding and programming and tech background. This is just a great way to leverage a landing page and create something that's outside of your main website to drive traffic, and then you can click on who the lead type is. And I just wanted to quickly, just for informational sake, if you're thinking about what an IDX squeeze page is, again, this is that IDX squeeze page. You see, it's very property product focused. It shows directly to your properties, where, how many. They're usually, again, very you don't want to get too granular when it comes to narrowing your search, but it gives people, look, how many. It shows you condos in this particular area, if that makes sense. So it's still, it's not searching all and every type of property that exists, but it is giving people a certain price range, and within that confinement, so you're giving people enough result for people to kind of search. But again, squeezing that search to a particular a concept for people to follow, if that makes sense. There are a couple of different pages that are available to you through kvCore. There are ones I showed you just now, multi property, where again you have a search criteria that you follow, and you show them to people, and you share that link and drive people to that page, like you can promote it. Similarly to you with landing pages, which I'm going to get to in a second, you can create a single property. If you're listing a property for a client, you can create your own single property, which is great, because when people go to that page and they put in their information, you can capture that lead into your database. Very powerful. You can also create a seller squeeze page, bringing in seller leads. I know it's a hard one that everyone struggles with, so highly recommend you take advantage of that. I do have some videos on my YouTube channel for free you can check out. And same thing with market report. If you want to take advantage of a market report, which is again leading with value, right? It's going to help you bring in a ton of people to your pages. So now let's going back to kind of becoming a master at creating landing pages. And I don't want you to just get stuck in one type of landing pages, right? So that's why this is really important, is that I'm giving you, if there's that one or two slides you want to take a picture of, this is a great one to kind of keep it as a back pocket for ideas of different types of campaigns and concepts that you want to do for your landing pages. Remember, they're usually focused, right? So if you're into pre-construction, so new build, you can talk about a new project coming soon, and that urgency about it is, be the first one to hear about it. So if you text it to this number, or if you click on this, you're going to get more information, or I'm going to send you more information when you put in your information, that kind of concept. You can talk about product launches. If you have a certain product, or again, a new build project that you're a part of, you can get the price plan, the floor plans, you can get them from the builder. And that is what they download, your leads. So that's something that you can lead with. I highly recommend that you look into that. And a couple of other things that I want to highlight, but as you can see here, they're quite self-explanatory. And of interest of time, I really want to take you into showing you how to promote these pages as well. Lead magnets, you can definitely use, and I'll show you an example of one that I have, a buyer's guide or a seller's guide. Again, you can create these, you create them once, and then you can promote them as widely as you like. I still have them on my websites, tenants guide, investor guides, and these are all things that people, depending on who they are as a client, can take advantage of. Another great one a lot of people don't take advantage of, and I highly recommend you do this once a month, is giveaways. Something local, highly recommend that, again, to your market, something you're supporting local, but you're increasing your social media following, because remember, you can nurture people on your social media and bring them into your database. So highly recommend doing something a bit more attractive, right? I did another level up section here with EXP a couple of months ago, where I talked about different social media campaigns to run, and giveaway was one of them. So again, if you're wondering how to run those on social media, I highly recommend you go back to EXP's playlist and look up the Level Up series, search my name, and you can find the different strategies on how to run social media lead generation concepts and, again, campaigns on your social media. One other thing that I want to highlight here is, folks, if you're listing your own listings, remember, you can create just listed, coming soon, sold. Especially if you haven't had a listing in a little while, you can take some of the ones you've sold before, and you can promote them in your landing pages and say, sold over asking, get a free home evaluation. That's kind of your call to action, right? To get people interested and be like, oh, wow, this agent obviously knows this area. They've sold properties here before. Let me speak with them. And you can also talk, and it doesn't really have to specifically always about properties and real estate, right? You can definitely highlight your community. You can choose a particular location or a town or even a county, and you talk about why that location matters and give some statistics that people can download. And you can get a lot of this information from your real estate board as well. But you're taking that information that's buried in their website that people usually might not go to firsthand, but they're finding you because you found different ways to promote them. So why not get them in front of your clients, front of people, your customers, potential customers that are looking at and are starving for this kind of information about the neighborhood that they're looking to move into. So again, very high level, tons of different ideas here for you to take one and really dive into and start to create different landing pages. Here's another examples of a couple of different landing pages you can create that are again market specific, but also are targeted to a particular group of people that are looking for these type of kind of properties, or a type of not just properties but communities as well, right? People that are aging, right? Like 55 plus communities. There, I had one of my agents who were actually certified to help seniors and older adults, and him and I would talk about, what are the type of properties that are different when it comes to 55 plus. They may be downsizing, they need to be accessible. So you can find different properties like that, categorize them and start to share them, and you will become that go-to agent for this type of community. And waterfront communities are great. People are looking for waterfront properties. So maybe that's something that you're interested in, grabbing different waterfront communities or properties and putting them in a landing page. Maybe properties with pools, right? Some people go in and search for particularly properties with pools in them, and you can be that agent who provides these kind of information. And also information for moving truck companies, information on moving list and such, to help assist people. Especially one of the ones that I did really worked for me is I started to post information because I have young children, and moving with young children, things you want to keep in mind. I even did a video on this on YouTube, and you can see in the comments section people started asking me, hey, thank you so much for this information, and they started to follow me on Instagram, right? So everything's integrated and it really does multiply. So highly recommend. Even though these are landing pages idea, you can really take them and put them on social media as well and create videos out of them, rent to own. And also you can create, really taking that buyer seller questions that come up, 20 questions to ask if you're a buyer for an agent. And if you are selling properties, 20 questions to ask your agent. You can create them into a blog or even a list into a PDF and download them, and it can be a downloadable file for your landing pages. Couple of things. I know this is one of those things that a lot of agents ask is, okay, I've created landing pages, but I don't know if it's working for me. It's not converting. And maybe this is kind of a light checklist that you want to have for your landing pages to work. And again, keep consistent branding, a look and feel. And a couple of things you want to keep in mind is that it doesn't have to look exactly like your website, right? It can have the same look and feel, but it can be a little bit more bright. It can be a little bit more different, but they know they're in a different page, but it's promoting something a little bit different. And that's why I love about landing pages too, is that as you can see, I'll show you an example in a little bit. My website looks very similar to my landing page, right? Because I want people to know they're in the same place. When you're creating landing pages, think about your audience, and the more narrow you can be, the better. You want to be also concise in language. Keep it simple. People don't have a lot of time reading, so keeping it very simple, highlighting some words that really pop and making them bigger, really important. Keeping them plain language. I don't know about you, but in Canada, I'm in Toronto, there's a lot of, because with the high immigration, there are a lot of people coming in here who have English might be their second language, and they may not understand all these, complex terminology in the real estate space. So how do you simplify things for people? So again, using plain language, right? And how do people search, right? House in Toronto, homes in Toronto, homes for sale in Toronto. So those are type of keywords you want to try to integrate into your landing pages as well. Really important. Maybe your landing pages doesn't have a call to action, right? Want to be clear about that. What do you want the visitor to your page to do? What's that intent? And then adding hashtag. It's one of my favorite thing. I talk about it all the time. Categorizing, again, keeping your database organized. So if you add a hashtag to your landing page, you're able to track exactly where they come from. And the reason why you want to do that is so that once you know what's working, you want to do more of it. And then one of the other things I want to quickly mention is leverage video. If you can integrate a video, that would be amazing. Some of the landing pages do offer that, which I'll show you in a second. And most importantly, it's amazing to build your database, right? Bring in as many leads as possible, but there's nothing if you don't follow up, and if you don't respond in real time, connect and build relationship. So highly recommend you activate smart campaigns, and I have trainings on this. I even done them inside EXP University, so I highly recommend you check those out. And I even have them on my personal YouTube channel as well for free. You can check out tons of videos on how to create your own, your how to leverage what kvCore has available through the smart campaigns and creating your own as well. And this is another one that if you there's one slide you want to take a quick photo of. Here's a great one, which is promoting your landing pages. This is where you want to drive traffic to your pages, right? Again, spending a lot of time making high converting pages are amazing, but it's nothing if you don't get it out in front of people and start using different marketing tactics. Couple of things I highly recommend you can do is, if you have a little bit of budget, you can definitely invest in doing Facebook ads, Google ads. You can just post on your social media. Highly recommend you post them once a week, right, on your stories. Ask people to direct message you, send them to DMs, right? YouTube videos. If you go on to the channel that my husband and I have, because we're a domestic team here at EXP, a lot of our YouTube videos, which are geared toward investors, you will see there's landing pages that are integrated in our description. So I'm constantly driving traffic to my website. So doing all these social media posts and videos are great, but if you don't drive traffic, then you're missing that opportunity, right? Email marketing, put your landing pages in your email marketing. Text campaign, right? You can have people text to campaign, which I'm going to show you what that page looks like as well. And also print materials. If you are putting out door hangers, if you're doing door knocking, and if you want to leave a flyer with a particular lead, you can do that. And you can, on your for sale sign, business cards, door hangers, print ads, you can take advantage of sending people to landing pages. Again, giving people value is really important. If you're curious about what an example of a business card look like, this is one that my husband and I have. As you can see on the front side, it's all our information, just like a typical business card. And I like it because it's a little bit different too. And ours is a little square, 2.5 by 2.5 inches. And when I hand it over to people, and we go to a lot of networking events for investors, so it's really important that, and I created my own list of properties, and we're in Toronto, and we started to, it's particularly for Canadians investing in the States. And now that I have real estate agents in the States, I also like to take advantage of that. And that's what I love about EXP Realty, right? We're a global company. I On the back, it was a promotional, and if you scan that QR code, it goes to our landing page, and it goes directly bringing people into my database, and it has a hashtag particularly for this business card, so I know that's working, so I'm monitoring them. So let's quickly jump out of this presentation, and I want to take you into showing you an example of a landing page. So this is one that I've created. As you can see, it has the old logo because I created this a couple of months into being at EXP Realty before we rebranded. As you can see, the background image is the same as my main website. You know that you're on my website, right? It has that same feeling. And very simple, plain language. Again, words that are jumping out at you, right? Free home buyer guide, ultimate guide to buying homes in Ontario. And then it goes to different people. And I'm primarily practicing in the Greater Toronto area, but I do have agents who are outside of the Greater Toronto area. So I do like when people look for properties outside of that, so that I'm always sending leads to my own agents as well and supporting my team. So a couple of different ways I take advantage of this in the event that you're looking at this going like, I thought you practiced in Toronto. So just wanted to tell you this, and you can expect what they're going to get out of this home guide, right? Agent responsibility, costs associated with purchasing a home, pre-approval, etc. They put in their information, and then they get to download. So super important. And I quickly want to just get into kvCore and quickly show you this before we wrap this up. If you go to the backend of kvCore, which I'm logged in right now, go to lead engine, you're going to get to this page. And here's the landing page, here's the squeeze page. And so if you go to the landing page, click on your domain, start building, it'll open up that template that I showed you. And here is what I want to mention is that you can choose, if you are someone who loves to be in front of camera and likes to create YouTube videos, highly recommend you create videos and show people. It's really great for people to build our rapport right away, build our know like trust factor right away. Highly recommend this. And as you can see, there's different type of pages, and there's one I love. There's not a lot of people take advantage of this. Is that code? You can create a text code inside kvCore and have people text to it, and immediately when they text to your phone number, your smart number, they immediately come into your backend as a lead. So you can use this on, for sale signs, your email signature, your flyers, your your door hangers, name it. Amazing, really good way to get people in there, again, using the QR code. And QR codes, if you're figuring out how to make that QR code, you can create them in Canva. And there's a couple of different ways I show them to you. So if you want to, you can head to my YouTube channel and find those videos there as well. But here is kind of my recommendation for you to get started: is look at the different templates that are available for you and how amazing it is, because these are all built for you to take advantage of. So, as usual, to wrap everything up, I want to leave you with this concept. A lot of people, most people confuse with wishing and wanting with pursuing. So what that means is that, you can think of your database being really large, but there's a big difference when you actually place with trust in those actions, and taking what I've shown you today and bringing them to life. And any ideas, or anyone you're targeting in particular in your market, start creating landing pages for them. And so start to really narrow that target audience and bring them into your database. So I highly recommend start creating landing pages, start promoting them, and start creating that database that you always dreamt of, and start converting them as well. So connect with me. I'm on Instagram, Tavares Rajasingham. If you have any questions at all, as you can see, I always promote all my EXP University and all the other trainings that I do for free. And with EXP as well, you can follow me on, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and head to my playlist for kvCore. I have tons of different kvCore videos in here. I have over 100 videos, as you can see, 158 at the time when I took a photo of this, which was a while ago. So as you can see, you can take advantage of them. I highly recommend that. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope this is something that's going to help you drive your business forward, and really start from where you are and take advantage of those tools that are available to you here at EXP Realty, and really 10x your business. And once again, if you have any questions, you can also find me in the workplace. Take good care.